There's going to be 3 rabbit hutches.
Measure twice, cut once.
Next, it's time for Roku to get busy. Now that we have rabbits, we need somewhere to keep them. So we've decided to turn half of the goat barn into our rabbitry. We're going to put them where the girls and Orca used to be. As soon as the goats left, I had to turn this half of the barn into the spot for chickens. First, we had the forest chickens. One of the hens came back out of the forest after being away for a bit with 16 chicks, and so she needed somewhere to raise them. As soon as the goats were gone, that became their home. So today, as you can see, I've already started. I'm sweating up a storm. It is quite a warm fall day. I am spending the first step of converting this into the rabbitry, into just cleaning up all the bedding, all the waste from the chickens and the goats out of here. And as you can see, I'm well on the way of almost being done. I've hit ground in some spots, working up a sweat here. So far, I've just been shoving all of it outside in the run, and the birds are having fun picking away at it, looking for bugs. Now that I've evicted all the chickens and their waste, I need to keep them out. To do that, I'm going to use some hardware cloth and some boards. I just need to cut off the excess over there, and then the chickens will be successfully removed from this rabbitry. Now that the chickens are out of here, I've put some pine shavings in the ground to absorb any moisture that's in the dirt floor and to just freshen the joint up a bit. And now for the hutch. I'm going to attach the hutch to this back wall. We have these braces to support the roof here. These are 2x3s that are sticking out a little bit. They are somewhat covered. I'm going to attach boards to these studs, I guess, in order to have the back of the base. And I'm going to level that. The floor isn't level, so I can't use the floor to level this out. The front, I have this 2x4, 8-foot 2x4, so that just fits perfectly. For the legs and for the structure of the hutch, I have these 2x3s that were cut down from 2x6s, so I have 4 2x3s that I'm going to use as the up-down. And then I also have some more 2x3s and 2x4s to span it. There's going to be 3 rabbit hutches in this 8-foot span. This rabbit wire here for the base is 3 feet wide, so it's going to be 3 feet wide this way. We have 4 rabbits, so we'll need at least 1 more cage that will go in the corner over there. And we will also need another cage, at least 1 more cage, for when we have grow outs, so the meat rabbits that will be born from these breeders that we're going to harvest. For now, I am going to focus on these 3 cages so we can get the rabbits out of the palanquin, out of outside, and into this warmer barn. Winter is coming.
The base of the rabbit hutch needs to be short enough that I can reach over and reach the back of the hutch. So I want it to be shorter than my waist. For me, that is 32 inches, so I'm going to mark on here 32 inches in the middle one. I'm going to attach this board at 32 inches and then use a level to level it out because the floor is uneven here. I can't guarantee that 32 inches high here will be level and match the 32 inches here. The next step, I'm going to attach the boards that are coming out from the wall. So since there will be a 2x4 here and a 2x4 there, these need to be 3 feet minus 3 inches. And now I'll attach the 8-foot 2x4, which will then span the whole front area here. And I will test it out to see if I can actually reach the back. Awesome, that's exactly what I want. I want to be able to reach the back of that hutch so I can grab a rabbit out of there. They cannot hide from me in this hutch. So for the next step, I have these 2x3s. I'll be cutting these also to 33 inches to span the width of the hutch. There will be 3 cages here, each approximately 2.5 feet across. Measure twice, cut once. Okay, I'll put these ends in now. Now it is quite sturdy, and adding the up and downs, the legs of the front is going to just make it super sturdy. I won't even have to worry about all this extra weight. It can already carry me. Now I can move on to the up and down boards. These will be the legs of the hutch to give extra support for all the weight, because these are some heavy rabbits. Each rabbit's about 10 pounds. As well as providing support and structure for the frame of the top of the hutch. Now I have to think about what I'm going to do next. Because this is fastened inside of the barn, I don't have access from all sides, so I need to think about, do I need to do anything at the back first before I go any further at the front, and then trap myself in and not be able to finish other parts that are further back. I want the rabbit hutches to be 32 inches tall, so I'm going to screw another set of 2x4s on the wall here at 32 inches. Now I'm going to attach the hardware cloth to the back. To do that, I have these 1-inch washers and 3/4 inch wood screws. There's quite a lot of gaps back here, and rabbits like to chew on wood, so the least amount of wood exposed, the better. And now I need to do the flooring. I've cut it to size. This should be fun. I've also put together the dividers to go between the 3 hutches, and that is 1 by 1 inch wire. Now we have 3 compartments. All I have left to do is make the doors and the roof. It got way too dark, way too quick last night, so I had to stop working on the new rabbit hutches. They were able to stay in the rabbit hutches they had before overnight. They are no longer in those rabbit hutches. They've been moved over, so no more nights in that palanquin outside. I used the rough cut wood that he had from the lid and other parts of the palanquin, doubled it up to make the doors so they're extra sturdy. I had to finish this door before I could put a rabbit in here, so I actually used some of the new flooring for the wire for this door, because I had used up all the wire from the roof in the dividers, so I had none left. And then I used the floor from one of the other hutches to make this door. Oh, I don't have food. I don't have food. I'm missing the latch for this one. I don't know where it went. This little hook is doing fine right now. I used the larger wire from that same rabbit hutch for the door of this guy. And I really like how these are turning out. We're gonna be moving him out of here because we need to separate these 2 ladies. They need their own space, as you can see. Mom is dominating daughter. She's like, I have a new home, I'm not sharing this new home. So we have this space over here. And we have 2 more hutches here. I'm going to add extra wood on the sides to frame this up a little bit better. And then I'm going to add a door, I think, on the side
so it's easier to get into, and then this will go in that quarter, but we will have 4 rabbit cages in no time. This one I'm going to keep as a cage. I'll have to store it for now, but we will need cages for the grow outs. So this one can be turned back into a cage. And I'm just gonna work on this one now. Is that true? Okay, so the last hutch is in. The roof I've attached, but I've made it so that you can remove it just in case you need to clean. Also, something I really like about this hutch is that it is completely modular. It is all by itself and it can be moved. For example, if I wanted to bring it outside, it can easily be done. So that's something I really like about this hutch. And this is where Roku is going to go. Let's see what he thinks about that. And now one of these ladies can get their own hutch. So they're not, so mom isn't dominating daughter. I still need to get a bunch of appropriate water things for them. I have one that's metal, but as soon as they're sitting on these wires, they jump around, they spill the wire, they spill the food. So I need to get proper food and water in here so we're not wasting so much. And so they always have water. If I give it to them water, they spill it right away and I don't notice it for a couple hours and they don't have water for a couple hours. So that is number one plan for tomorrow. But my goodness, we now have 4 rabbit hutches, 4 rabbits in each, one in each hutch. And so that's awesome. What you can get done in 3 part days, well 2 basically full days and 1 part day. Another thing I still need to make for them, but I have some time, are the nesting boxes. I need 3 nesting boxes. As you can see, this guy's cage is a little bit smaller because I used the existing square footage that he had, but he doesn't need as big of a cage because he's not going to ever have babies in with him. So that's big enough just for him for sure. These ones are made bigger than you need because they will have little bunnies in there with them, and then it would be too small if we made them any smaller than what they are. Well, those are the rabbit hutches. Next, it's time for Roku to get busy.